Good morning, everyone. So, as the video lecture, it talks about the three approach of learning. It consists of the deep approach of learning, the surface approach of learning, and the strategic approach of learning. So, in deep approach of learning, it talks about the logic on how are you going to make logics, on how are you going to argue with the students. And second is the surface approach of learning. Well, it talks about the keywords that you will be going to teach or the keywords that you will be going to share on the students in order for them to remember easily the topic all about. Next is the strategic approach of learning. The strategic approach of learning combines the two, the deep approach of learning and the surface approach of learning. So it helps you to excel more. It helps you to excel your reading comprehension. Next, what is metacognitive? Metacognitive talks about thinking, knowledge about knowledge, and cognition about cognition. So here in metacognitives, we have called the metacognition. The metacognition refers on how you monitor, on how you evaluate yourself. So in metacognition, there are two components. It is the metacognition of knowledge and the metacognition of regulation. When we talk about metacognition of knowledge, it talks about on how you evaluate yourself, on how you know more about yourself, on how you monitor about yourself. So in here, in metacognition knowledge, it unders the declarative knowledge, the procedural knowledge, and the conditional knowledge. In when we say declarative knowledge, it talks about your past experiences. When we say about procedural knowledge, it talks about on how you do things. When we say procedural, it have procedures. It has any steps to follow. So when we say conditional knowledge, it uses more strategies on how you learn, on how you um on how you assess yourself. In metacognition regulation, it talks about the assessment or the monitoring. What first in assessment? How do you assess yourself as a person? How do you assess yourself as a teacher? How do you assess yourself as a student? Or how do you assess yourself if you gain knowledge or what? So here in as metacognitive regulation, it has it talks about on how far you've taken, how far your knowledge is about the topic, and in here in metacognitive regulation, it has three steps. Wherein it first you have to plan. Plan, it includes your goals. Second, you have to monitor. You have to monitor what is the good or better, what is the better strategy. And next is to evaluate the assessing knowledge. When we say evaluate, you must be honest to yourself. So all in all, as a student, metacognition or the metacognitive really helps me to improve me as a person. It helps me to assess myself from my strength to my weaknesses, from on how I turn my weaknesses into strength, on how to become a good and better students in the future, and how to be humble to the students in the future. So here, it also reminds me that experiences is the best teacher. Why? Because when we experience some uh, some topics in life, then we will share it also to the students who can use it as an instrument for them to become a good and better person. That's all, and thank you.